Hi, this is Happy Bird from happybirdscraftinghaven.com, and I'm here today to show you how to make these beautiful little gift card holders, and they double as a Christmas ornament, so you could hang these on your tree if you have family or friends coming over, and you can add a little gift card to it. And the person would also love to receive this because they can pass it on as well, or use it on their own tree. Now, I first of all want to thank Linda from Ohio, a very dear lady. She sent me a card made out of these simple gift tags, and it was so cute, so it got me to thinking about different ways I could use them. I imagine she probably picked these up in an office supply store, or maybe Walmart in the stationery section. I'm not too sure, but I'm sure you can find out that information. And what I did was, I'm going to use the 6 tags that she sent me, but I also traced one of them on a cereal box, and that way I don't have to go out and buy more of these. I can just use it that way. So that's just a little tip. Now, I went to Michael's about a week ago, and they had these beautiful, gorgeous vinyl, glittered vinyl sheets. See, they're not the sticky back kind, and they're not paper. This is vinyl, and they were $1.47 a piece, roughly. And they had them in the chunky glitter and the ultra fine glitter. This one is in the ultra fine silver. This is the chunky gold. And I bought the ultra fine blue, and then a chunky silver, and chunky red, and ultra fine gold, and an ultra fine red. And they had many more colors. I just didn't pick them up, but I did pick some of these up because I wanted to do a few gift tag ornaments on my own here. So I'll show you first off what I did on this one. I used the chunky red, and on the back I used the ultrafine gold. And all this is some wide ribbon that I cut and just wrapped around and hot glued right along the very edge underneath. And of course I left this part open, and then I brought it to the end here, and then was very careful when I hot glued it here. And somebody gave me these beautiful little vintage bird tags a few years back, and I just loved them, so I used them sparingly, and I thought this was just perfect. If you wanted to, I guess you could put a second gift card in the back, or just slip that tag in there, but I thought it was pretty that way. And here's some bling that I picked up, some sticky back bling at Michael's, and I'll show you a little bit of my stash later on in the video. But I do want to tell you that whenever I buy any kind of bling from Michael's, I always wait until they have 40% off or 50% off, because I would never pay $3.99 for a package of bling, or $4.99. I always want that 40 or 50% off, and I know that they seem to have it at least once a month, so that's what I wait on. Now, what really stands out are these filigree metal connectors. You can buy them on eBay, you can buy them on Etsy. Just type in the word filigree metal connectors, and spell filigree F-I-L-I-G-R-E-E. The reason why I say that is because I've seen spellings with two L's as well, but the one with one L seems to bring up the most. Now, I did find a wonderful seller on Etsy, and she sent these items, and she was very quick. I think I received these like within 3 days of ordering them. And her shop is called Baubles of Fun, and that's baublesofFun.etsy.com. And she sent me all kinds of beautiful little connectors. She sells them 10 for $2.95. It's $2.50 shipping for the first item, and then only 20 cents additional for the other items. So I'm going to go back, of course, and buy more. She had a lot of really cute things. So if you have a chance, check out her website. I'll also put the link down below in the drop-down bar. And I think today, with the one tag I'm going to show you to make, I'm going to use this one here. And the connectors do come in all sizes. Here's just a few I've collected. And they come in different shapes too, like butterflies and all kinds of shapes. So you can do a lot of things with these. Okay. I saved my old gift cards. Alright, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this gold sheet and take this string on this gift tag. I'm going to line it up. I hope you can see this. I'm going to line it up. I'm going to be very careful when I line it up. And it's best to use a mechanical pencil because the tip is very pointy and you can really get in there. Here we go. So I'm just going to trace it. Like that. I cut it out with my very sharp scissors, and I'm going to cut slowly and carefully because you want this to be cut straight. Straight and on the line. I think you can get 6 tags out of 2 sheets, and that's back and front like I showed you. And of course it's a little bit stiffer to cut the chunky glitter one. Some straggly hairs here. There you go. There you go. And I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to do the same thing that I did with the gold on the silver. This is the ultra fine silver. And the silver is a little easier to cut. Okay. Okay. And I'm not an expert at scrapbooking or doing any of these things. I'm going to cut this out. It's a little easier to handle when I cut it out first. I because of the vinyl being so floppy here. There we go. Yeah, I'm not an expert at scrapbooking by any means, but I do like to fiddle. And I come up with my best things just from fiddling too. Okay, so now I have my two pieces. Okay, so I'm going to take some of the Aleene's Turbo Tacky Glue and open it up. And I'm going to put a little bit here on the card, paying special attention to the edges. Okay, about like that. And I'm just going to kind of rub that out along the edges because I want to make sure it holds, but I don't want it to run through. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put the gold on there first. Going to line it up there. Okay, and it sticks very quickly, and it's very strong, the glue is. Okay, now you can take a large hole punch, I guess, if you wanted to, but I just want to use the smaller hole punch because then when I put the thread through, you know, you get more of the glitter. You don't want a big old gaping hole in there. Alright, so even though I only did one side, I'm going to do this. Kind of put it in the middle as much as I can. Punch it. Okay. That way I can see when I glue this exactly where I put it and then punch it again. So, I'm going to do that on the back now. Same thing, a little bit around the edges here. And as these are drying, you can put a heavy book on top of them, and they'll dry flat and they won't curl up. I didn't have a lot of problem with that happening, but it's just good to do, I think. Okay, so now I'm going to put this silver on the back. Line it up. That's the most important thing. Okay. Yeah. Okay, perfect. So now I'm going to find that original hole and punch through again. There we go. And alright, so on this particular one, I want the gold, the chunky gold, to be the front. I'm going to use this wide ribbon, and I was very fortunate a couple of Christmases back to be able to get all of this at Michael's at a real discount. I think they had it for like 60% off at the time, which was an incredible price. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of, I like to use the wire ribbon with the edges here that are are a little wider and not so narrow. They're stronger, and I find it easier to work with. That's just me, I suppose, but just a little tip. Okay. Now I'm going to cut this about here. I'm leaving a little bit of a ledge here so I can fold that over our tag. Okay. Now with this part, we're going to need a hot glue gun. Yeah, I'm gonna. This will be the edge here, so I'll fold that over like so. Make sure it's on there exactly the way I want it. Okay, and then see the back part? There's that little ledge that I folded over. So we're going to hot glue it like that. Try to get it as even as I can along the side here. Okay. So let me the hot glue gun. There we go. Want to make sure I brought that right to the edge. Okay. Oops. Sorry, folks. Okay. So I'm going to unfold this, bring this around, and put a little bit of hot glue all the way down. This is low temp hot glue. Okay. Now, the front part, I'm going to turn this over to the front. And you're just going to put a little bit of glue right along the very bottom. And then fold that over. You just want the bottom sealed. We're making a little pocket for our tag. And then you're going to turn it over. Make another little line here. Bring this to the edge. So now all you have left in the back is this flap. Put a very thin line of glue on the back and fold this over. And once again, I'm using the low temp hot glue. Okay, so now we have our pocket, and we'll test it here with a card. And yes, it fits perfectly. So now comes the fun part, the decorating. Put this back. Okay. Now, I tend to choose the Recollections bling over anyone else. They have some real quality rhinestones. And the thing that I like about their rhinestones is they have such clarity to them. They're not scratched on the surface, and they're not cloudy. I just really love that about them. This package was $4.99, excuse me, $3.99 I think. And I did wait until Michael's had their 40% off to buy them. So I purchased these. They have a lot of other things, like this big package of bling. This is what I use to cut and put on the edges here. This is sticky back. You don't need glue for that. And here's some smaller bling that I put here. And even though these might be $3.99 a package, they go such a long ways because you're only decorating their front. And look, you're only using such a tiny amount, and you have such a big package. So I really, like I said, I really love their stuff. Some pretty flowers, Recollections flowers I picked up. And here's some more Recollections stones. So, you know, there's a lot of things that you can get. Sometimes I find things in Jolie's too, but Recollection seems to be the one I always go back to. So, what we're going to do is we're going to take this little filigree metal connector, and I'm just going to put some hot glue here right in the middle. Just right in the middle part, that's all, just in the middle. Because I'm not going to worry about any hot glue squeezing through like this, because I'm going to put a large stone right over it, so you won't be able to see it. Put a little more here, and put that right in the middle. Now, doesn't something small like that turn out to look so elegant? I mean, and it's not super expensive to make these, and if you'd like, you could make these up during the summertime, and you'll have a whole bunch of them ready to go, which is what I'm going to do for Christmas. And the reason why I try to do a lot of crafts during the spring and the summer is because I always have all these ideas for great crafts, but I never seem to have the time once, you know, Halloween and Thanksgiving go by, because I have so much going on and so many people want so many things from me during that time that I seem to be very, very busy. So I really like to do these type of things during the summer. Okay, now for the bling part, I think I might go with a gold bling. And this is the sheet that I was showing you. And maybe 2 rows of bling, so I'm going to cut it right here. I should probably be using a little smaller pair of scissors for this, but that's okay. And then peel the back part off. Sorry, I'm out of frame there. This is super, super sticky, so I don't think it's going to need any glue. I want to get this right on the edge. See how sticky it is? Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to press this down. I think I'm going to put some at the bottom too, just for the heck of it. So I'm going to cut another strip. I swear this stuff goes forever. When I first picked it up, I didn't realize just how little you need on your projects to really make them sparkle with this stuff. Okay, I'm going to lay it right at the bottom and try to get that even. I'm going to press firmly. Now look at this, ladies. How pretty is that, huh? And it's something you would be very proud to hang on your tree. So I'm going to take some gold beading thread here, and snip some off, and let's see, oh, I'm going to choose a tag I think would go very nicely with this to put on the back. I just love these tags. It's almost as large as the tag itself. Okay, let's see. That's pretty. I think I'll just use one of the smaller ones here. Okay. I'm going to take off the string here and put the gold beading wire through the hole, the little hole, then through here at the back part. Okay. And I'm going to tie it a couple of times at the top. There we go. Snip it off. So here we are with a lovely, lovely Christmas ornament gift card holder. Isn't that beautiful? I hope you enjoyed this, and I know this was a little more lengthier than some of my other videos, but I just had so much fun with this, and I really wanted to share it with you guys. So I hope you enjoy this, and be sure to look for the link in the drop-down bar below to the person I ordered these from, and that's about it. I hope you have a wonderful day, and God bless you. Bye-bye.